Now, good morning, and what a beautiful morning we're having. It's the 7th of October, and I've just left the cattle out of here. They were in this long field here for the last 3 days. So I just left them out of this place in here, and last night we had an absolute flood of rain, strong winds, and you can see now the water that came down. So this place is completely waterlogged. But the reason why I'm making this video is just to explain how I can manage to keep cattle on a fairly high density on a small bit of wet ground, and not do much damage. Well, basically it's all about the soil armour. If I had been grazing this down tight all year with your 6 inches of grass and your short roots underneath, it would be looking more like this over here right now. There'd be no structure, there'd be no soil armour, there'd be no protection on the ground. And the reason why that's like that is because, mistakenly enough, I left out the bucket of licks there last night. I should have taken away the bucket of licks, because when you give them an area where they'll all concentrate, they'll tend to stand there and make a mess. So that's what it could have looked like, but it's absolutely perfect. Now, they did go down a bit. They went down about 3 inches there, but when you have the grass folded over from previous grazing, it holds them up. And that lighter animal too. These are not big Charlie bullocks or big heavy Charlie cows. So I'm very pleased with how well they've grazed out these little paddocks. Very even grazing, good trample on them rushes as well. Even the odd few of them picked and ate. So basically now they were gone out here this morning, and I had a fence just around there. Let me see, around here. So yeah, that's my quad line, my quad tracks. You can see actually even the quad is leaving a mark. So that's how soft and wet the ground is at the minute. But so we have a day's rest here on this little area, and you can already see the shoots starting to come up. So that's exactly why I definitely would keep a back fence. So if I just walk up here now another bit, so this is one day's rest, and you can already see the difference between last night's and the day before. It has already greened up that little bit. So let's go into 2 days ago now. So this is 2 days ago here. Now we're rushy down the end, but you can already see the colour changing. So in 2 days there's already that bit of regrowth. Yeah, and no harm done here. So you can see the difference now that bit of rain did. And if they were on this whole field, they'd have been walking up and down and tramping it, and tracks everywhere. You can see actually when I did have the pony on it, the way she made a little road. I hate these roads. You can see the road there that they make straight up to the gate. Them roads and fields upset me to do. So basically that's the story now. The cattle are on the far side of them trees over there. I'm going to go over now in a sec. So I might pause this now. I have to put up another bit of a fence along the road. I have them fenced in a little area in the field. The grass isn't great in this other place. The pony was at the far side of it, and she broke out and went in, and it's amazing how much they'll eat in 24 hours. They literally go around and pick all the best. So they're kind of they're cleaning it up now anyhow, and I'll move them then on up home in about 2 days. There's 2 days grazing ahead of them in that next place. So yeah, you can see all them rushes there now as well. They held them up. Look at that there now. This is wet, but they did not go down. Wet land. It doesn't get any wetter. So soil armour is the key and is the secret to wetland and outwintering cattle. It doesn't get any worse than this, even in January or February. So I'm going to pause this for now and I'll be back in a sec. So this is where they are now, yeah. So I was saying that the pony came in here and she took away the best of it. But I'm just going to get them to clean it up, and it'll look a lot better anyhow. She had it kind of left bits grazed, bit not grazed, and there's our heron there now back again. So she's going to come this way. Look at that. That's amazing. So yeah, so they'll clean this off. There's this day, I might move them into this little area this evening because the grass in here is not great, depending. I'll have a look at them this evening. So we're talking 1, 2, 3 days max in here. And then I'm going to move them up the road again. Now it would be very interesting to see, does the heron find them on the next place, which is another mile away. So yeah, so that's the situation at the minute. Beautiful sunny morning. I don't think it's going to last. The clouds are starting to build, but I'm out enjoying it now. So yeah, another wet place in here. So basically this video is just about the importance of soil armour to protect the ground from getting wrecked by cattle on wet ground all times of the year. So that's the story, a short video. So we leave it at that. I'm going to go home now and get a cup of tea and see what other jobs has to be done. So for now I'd say good luck and goodbye.